Hi, this is Mike, again, Coach Mike with the Epic Run Club and Peak Performance Runner Coaching, and today I'm here with Megan again. So we're kind of giving you guys an update of kind of where we're at and where she's at in her training. Just to catch you up to speed, if you missed the last video, you can always go back and watch that. But we're kind of following Megan here on her course, on her training. She's getting ready for the Carmel Marathon, which is it March the 30th?
Yep.
March the 30th of this year, so it's coming up. It's actually less than 5 weeks away, so we're getting close. So kind of catch everybody up from the last video and kind of tell us what's working, maybe what's not working for you at this point.
Started taking Sundays off. I used to really just want to run 7 days a week, and Mike, obviously suggested having a complete rest day. Started doing a complete cross-train day where, I don't run at all the day before my long runs. And that has seemed to help. I feel a lot stronger. I feel like I can give more on those hard days.
Yeah.
The weather's been kind of terrible. That cold spell that was awful, snow, ice, and I live out in the country, and so the snowplows don't always get out there like they do, in Fort Wayne. And so there's, a lot of times where I've, had taken the treadmill.
So you've had to adapt
yes.
to your surroundings, but you've been able to do that. So
yep.
I think that's key a lot of times, especially we live in Indiana. So you're going to face, if you're training for a early spring or maybe even like May marathon, you run into a patch where you're going to have your longest runs in like now, which is late February to early March, and the weather's kind of iffy.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you've been able to kind of work around that.
Yeah, I've got a wide membership, so
okay.
Utilizing the track, whenever I can, and again the treadmills.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And just kind of going back to the schedule, yeah. When I first started working with her, she told me, "Oh, I got to run 7 days a week," and when I work with clients, it's always a big thing to. It's easy to overdo it and make small things that might pop up, exacerbate those and make them worse because we're trying to just run through a potential injury. And unfortunately, stats kind of show us that, especially first-time runners or first-time marathoners, usually about 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10 people get injured in some way during that training process. And so what we want to do is really minimize that. And so if we really concentrate on running 5 days a week, or whatever's comfortable with you, but definitely taking at least a day or two of rest every week, it's definitely going to pay off in the long run. And then I find one thing that runners, especially newer to the marathon distance, always worry about is like, oh, if I take a step back week or I take days off, I'm going to lose everything that I built up. And that's never the case. As runners, you're slowly building up, your body's getting stronger, your bones and tendons are getting used to the increased mileage and stuff that you're doing for your long runs. And so there's never any worry about, falling back or losing any type of endurance or anything. And so we've even taken a step back week already, and we'll have another one here even before race day happens. And so, yeah, like I said, never be afraid of that. Are there any other problems or things that, have helped you over these last few weeks? Do you feel in your training?
I definitely have started stretching more, foam rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Got into that about a month or so ago,
Good.
And I can tell a huge difference in just, I don't get as sore, anymore, especially like, after long runs, I don't, and I feel more loosened, I guess, so
sure.
that's been a change. I love foam rolling.
Yeah, so foam rolling or the stick, we sell both of those here at Three Rivers Running Company, but that's definitely a great aid to help you do right after your long run or even the next day also. So if you're doing like a Saturday long run, to follow up on a Sunday and make sure you're spending just like, it could be minimal, like 10 minutes. While you're watching TV or something, or just hanging out, even with your kids, it can be right there by the table or something, just foam rolling away with them while they're doing whatever. But yeah, it's definitely going to help cut down on the soreness, and it definitely gets rid of any like tight spots that might be built up in your muscles and stuff.
And a lot of times you don't even know you've got a spot.
Yeah.
It's real tight, so you hit it with the foam roll, and it's like, oh yeah, there's a there's a tight muscle there.
Especially like in the hamstrings and in the calf area too is another area where we kind of neglect that. So it's good that you're also doing some stretching. Stretching is probably like one of the main things that as runners, we don't have time for. So, a lot of times we feel like we don't have that 40-minute block of time and we got to run the whole time. And so that's something definitely that we neglect, but it's good that, you know, you're finding time to do that. So, always recommend that, obviously, after the run. That way your muscles and everything are warm, and that's when they're pliable and stretchy and stuff. And so you're gonna benefit the most if you do it after your run. So, I know you were talking about on your longer runs, finding some nutrition stuff too, because that's always important as we go from 10K, half marathon up to marathon. And so can you tell them a little bit about your nutrition stuff that you're working with?
Yeah, I started, or I guess I used a new, well, it's not really gel, it's more like an applesauce consistency, I guess we're talking about, the Huma brand.
Yeah.
I ordered a sample pack off Amazon just to try one of the more natural. I used Chews before that, and I felt that was hard just to digest.
Yeah.
And they worked fantastic. I felt great. I never, you know, felt like I was getting too tired. You know, I took it every 5 miles, which I thought I was always on top of it. You know, you know, I never got to that point where I was starting to feel, you know, really winded or, you know, kind of the dead feeling, sort of. So
most people find too as runners, you can take in enough carbs to kind of fuel yourself for about 45 minutes or so, and then after that point is when you're going to start feeling that, when they say you bulk, kind of that really drained feeling in your body. So it definitely helps to have some type of nutrition products on hand to kind of revive you, get some sugars, electrolytes and stuff like that in you. So, I mean, whether it's the Huma gel that she's using or Chews, it really depends, or jelly beans are the other thing that a lot of people use. So whatever the product is though, it's great to experiment. So it sounds like that's what you've been doing with on your long runs. And so that's the purpose of a long run too, obviously building endurance, but getting everything down to kind of an exact science of what you're gonna use on race day. Everything from your breakfast when you get up to, you know, your nutrition to your hydration product. You know, you might find that like Gatorade upsets your stomach. You know, it's never bothered me, but some people it's just too sugary. So that doesn't work. You know, there's other products out there that you can find and use. So, and it sounds like you've been doing that, kind of experimenting and finding things that are going to work for you. Because when you get to race day, you want everything to be automatic. Just, you know, you don't even think about it. This is what you're going to do. When I get up in the morning, this is what I'm going to eat for breakfast that morning, or whatever, so you can even take it along with you, so you got everything dialed in. So, it sounds like everything's going well at this point. Like I said, knock on wood, we don't have any injury situations, right? At this point, okay. But you did. You said you woke up a couple weeks ago or something?
I did, yes. My first 18-mile run was the day after we got a bunch of snow, and I must have just stepped wrong, didn't even realize it until, you know, 2 days later, I woke up, this was on a Friday, woke up on a Sunday, and I was limping. I could really walk, and my heart just sank. But then by the next day, it was feeling better, and so you know, every day just got better and better, now it's gone. So thankfully it wasn't anything serious, but yeah.
Good. Well, the majority of things like that happen with people that are training for marathons, things like that happen. They're going to come up, you know, from a physicality standpoint. You know, your body is getting used to running much longer distances. You know, you're making your bones and tendons really work, you know, in ways that they probably never have. And so you're definitely probably going to run into something like Megan did. But for the majority of the time, you know, it's going to be something that's going to work itself out. You know, you might have to decrease your mileage or something for a day, or even skip another day or something to give it rest. But the majority of the time, it's going to work itself out. So, so that's good. So, anything else that you want to add as far as like current training or anything?
No, not really. Yeah, I mean, everything's going great. I just had, you know, my first 20-miler on Friday. Yes, I was nervous, but it went very well. Good. Much better than expected, and thankfully it wasn't freezing or windy for once.
Okay. Yeah. That's hard in Indiana, so you don't. Yeah. Anything as we kind of look forward to race day? You're already planning stuff out, I assume. Are you going to use a pace group? I know that's something that newer.
I have not decided yet. I did hop on the website and it shows, you know, the different paces. So I might talk to them, you know, see what their game plan is. If they're gonna, you know, start off slower and then get faster. If they're gonna, you know, try to stay the same pace the whole time. Just probably chat with them first, then decide.
Sure. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. You know, I know I've used pace groups, and Some of them, it just depends. A lot of times they're at the expos, so that's great because you can talk to the actual people, you know, in a more relaxed atmosphere. But yeah, you can ask them, hey, are you planning on running even splits? Because I know I ran with a pace group at Chicago Marathon before, and we definitely started out faster because by the time we got to the half, I already had like a 3-minute cushion or something, which isn't the end of the world. And then people have different strategies, but you know, I think for your first one, you probably definitely want to start out with more as close as you can, even splits. Yeah, you don't want to go out too fast. So yeah, so definitely talking to your pace group captain or person that you're going to follow that day is definitely going to help. So everything seems to be going fine at this point. Training is going fine. Like I said, we're less than 5 weeks away from the race, so it's kind of getting probably to that nervous time. But
yeah, but I think more anxious now than nervous.
Anxious,
I'm ready to go. I feel great,
yeah.
so I'm just ready
I know
to
at
go.
this point, with your mileage building up and stuff, that you know there's a degree of confidence though.
Yeah. I definitely,
So
you know,
that's
when
what we
I
want.
finished
So-
on Friday, I felt like I had more in me. You know, and I was like, man, only 6 more miles, and I would have been, you know, and that was a huge confidence booster.
Okay.
So,
Great, and you definitely feel like the segmented or the schedule that I give you every week has definitely helped you.
oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's nice to have it all laid out right there, you know, so I can plan, you know, my personal life stuff around it. I know exactly what to expect on which days.
Okay.
You know, and I've noticed I feel way better. You know,
Good.
especially with the speed workouts.
Yeah.
You know, I'm feeling, you know, I don't get like as winded. I feel, you know, my breathing, I guess, you know, has gotten a lot better.
Yep.
So,
Okay.
yeah, it's been great.
Great, well, that's what we want. So, if anybody's out there, just like Megan, I can definitely help you out. I know we're getting into that season where we're getting into more people planning for fall marathons, whether it's Chicago or right here at Port for Fitness, or you're just getting ready to maybe do your first half or something. So, if you're looking for a coach, I can definitely help you out. For more information on that, you can go to peakperformancerunner.com, or you can always send me an email. It's just mike@peakperformancerunner.com. Also coming up this summer, we will have a Port for Fitness running group that's always well attended, and so I would encourage you to check that out. Information will be coming out soon on that. And you can also check out the Epic Run group. It's just a group that I have that we meet twice a week. So if you're just looking for some motivation, we also do educational stuff along the way with meetings and stuff. And if you want to check that out, you can just go to www.epicrunclub.com and you'll see information there. Or you can always check us out on Facebook too at Epic Run Club and see recent posts and see what we're up to. So thanks, Megan, for joining me today.
Thank you.
We'll keep you guys posted. We'll do another video here probably in a couple weeks as we're getting kind of close to her taper time. And so everything is going well, and we'll see you then. Thanks.